Hi there. So you're here because you're interested in the Body Guide's introduction course. We've reconfigured things a little bit. Going to concentrate on getting you to feel and experience some new concepts within your body, and then we'll take things from there. So the first lesson is to get you to understand the nature of fascia and how it acts as a web that connects lots of other things within our body: the muscles, tendons, ligaments, bones, nervous system, endocrine system, organs. It really kind of informs and communicates and connects lots and lots of different aspects within ourselves. So the way that we can start to access this tissue and start to feel it and start to actually get more and more sensitivity towards it is through noticing when our body is eccentrically lengthening or eccentrically loading. That's when the tissue is under tension while it's getting longer at the same time. So we start to learn to feel that through the process of co-contraction. So eccentric lengthening is a part of that process. So you notice the tissue which is shortening, the muscles creating a shortening movement. But then you notice that you start to hold tension on the other side of that in the tissue which is lengthening. And it's that fascia which is actually providing that force, some of that force for that lengthening tension to be there, some of that engagement. So the more you start to play with that concept and that feeling, the more that it begins to increase in depth, and the more that then also begins to spread through the body, so that you're engaging more and more soft tissue, some engaged in shortening, some engaged in lengthening, and then other tissues still engaged but providing more of a stable stability mechanism. So as you start to notice all of these different things, I say the fascia begins to then create that communication network. And as it then starts to improve in consistency and improve in nature, our body starts to then lose the tightness and restrictions that we're holding on to. As we lose that tightness and restriction, we get to feel more and more internally and get to notice more and more sensations inside. So it really starts with that simple process of feeling the co-contraction, and then really kind of allowing that to then filter through our tissue and through our body, creating lots of fun connections, lots of fun coordinations, and really learning how to pay attention to those physical sensations and stimulations, and then that will actually guide us to where our attention needs to be as we progress. The more you get to know that those feelings of the co-contractions and those begin to spread, we've then introduced the term reciprocal engagement. Because co-contraction is more of a localized sort of sensation, but the more you allow that to spread, it's quite a limited descriptive term for what's actually happening. So with reciprocal engagement, you're actually noticing lots of different co-contractions, lots of eccentric lengthening, lots of concentric shortening, all connected and coordinated together throughout your whole system or your whole body. So reciprocal engagement really is a much broader descriptive term and describes noticing all of these different things within your own body and your own tissue. As you get to know those feelings more, then we move on to pinpointing a speed of movement. We slow everything down to really sort of meditative or trance-like state in the mind, and the movement becomes very slow. And as we learn to connect into this, that really then accelerates the calming of our nervous system. So anywhere that's tight, anywhere that's painful and is giving off those emergency signals to restrict the range of movement and restrict the actual movement, the speed of movement, the nervous system begins to calm because there's a feeling of stability and a feeling of safety within that tissue. So the nervous system then no longer needs to send those emergency signals. So there'll be lots of different chat about the nature of fascia, how it connects everything, how the speed really feeds into the nervous system. And then there'll be lots and lots of guided practice where I'll be taking you through some localized movements and then much bigger movements as well to get you noticing all of these different things going on within your body. And then once the course is getting to the end, we'll then sort of introduce it into a few other concepts that we'll be having in our monthly sign-up. Lots of sessions coming up online, lots of exciting stuff. So just get in touch, I'll give you more information, and keep looking on the socials. You'll see the links down below, and just keep curious, keep gentle, and keep playful. That's the main vibe that we're looking for. Cool. It'll be good to have you along. Get in touch. and then we'll get you feeling into your body more, get you exploring your own inner being in lots of different ways. Over and out.